Today is Tuesday, April 7th. We're now entering the Charlton Board of Health meeting. All board members are present, as well as Health Director Jim Philbrook. First order of business, I'd like to see if somebody will make a motion to accept March 10th, 2026 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the March 10th meeting minutes.
I'll
As
second.
written.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those are signed and ready to go. Next line item is Flint Road landfill. Not a lot to report. I think we're waiting on some approvals for the acceptable dirt coming up. We might hear something in April, mid-April on that. Is that right, Jim?
Chairman, if you want, I can read you what was sent to me today, if you'd like.
Sure, go for it.
If I can find it. There it is. This is from Bruce Haskell. All Dan Giuliani at Mass DP reached out to me this morning asking when we were going to get started accepting Ondrick soils. And Gary responded, April 21st is still a valid date.
Okay.
So his LSP at CMG is actually certifying the soil to get it to the point, and then we can start accepting it on site. And that's April 21st, for the record, if you want to look at it, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay. Have you guys, I don't know if anybody's driven by that, but all the trees are gone, it's stumped.
No, it's been a while since I went by there.
Yeah, I've been by it.
Looks different.
Yeah.
The mulch pile was steaming pretty good a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they steam. Typically, they don't catch on fire unless they get second level, third level
Yeah.
with the heavy equipment, packing them down. Then they tend to go. But
Will they take that out of there? They're not going to leave that, right? You can't.
they
leave that,
might
right?
actually keep that on site because it's awesome erosion control.
That's true.
And it's a big coarse chip. It's grinding.
It is big.
So if they have a slope or something, they may put that on. And most of the conservations that I do work with that same grinding, I always leave it on site. They like it in case you have a big rain event or if there's a breach.
They
That's
did take a
like
lot
quick-
out because it was excess too much. but-
Yeah, yeah, but we leave it on a lot of job sites, and it's a good backup plan. We did a project with a Torrey Road where the high school is there, a solar farm on a very, very steep hill, and we made a windrow at the bottom. Like, you know, they want you to do a little 8-inch sock or a 12-inch sock, which is not much.
Not
We
much.
put a massive berm along that whole bottom edge, like 3 feet high, packed it in. There was no issues throughout that entire project. Like maybe a year and a half it held up. It was really, really good stuff. So that's probably why they're leaving that there.
Good.
Yeah.
They got the sign up, they got the porta potty, and they got their little meeting place, you know, to do plans and stuff, their little shed there,
Yeah.
so it's on site. But
Mhm.
they put up no trespassing signs, and they put Charlton Board of Health on the sign, because it's actually a project, and
Mhm.
they stuck my name at the bottom,
Okay.
so people can call. I don't want to call Bruce. Bruce will take the calls, but he's gonna charge us,
Right.
so.
And your cell number?
Am I, yeah, no, if they call here and press 1, it calls my cell.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, but we have to have some, if people are gonna ask or had a question, or say there was a fire there or something,
Yeah.
or I have the contacts for everybody and stuff.
Mhm.
Better than calling Gary or Bruce and having them, you know, might as well do it local.
Yeah, it's a proper chain
And
of
they can
command.
inform you and the board that
Yeah.
there's something going on.
Could be
there.
anything. It could be dirt bikes. It could be anything
Right,
going on
so
up
go
there.
in there and-
We had a diesel spill there a few years ago. It was caught it immediately,
Mhm.
but that was like, hey, we noticed. I think the fire department saw it.
Exactly.
They
right.
called us, and we were able to get that mitigated immediately before it became something.
Who's
It's
still
a-
that?
It was overflow on. They filled up a bulldozer,
Yeah.
and then it got hot and expanded, and then it was bubbling out the top. But
And that's all reportable stuff, so.
yeah, it's whatever. Reportable is 10 gallons. We weren't there, but we didn't.
From the Mass Pike, we probably get 2 a month of overspills for people fueling their
At the
trucks.
pump.
At the pump.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so Flint Road right now, we're kind of in a holding pattern. We're not really holding on anything except the approval of those soils. Then they're going to start shaping and doing it, but we've had action on it, but it's not a there's not a lot really to talk about other than
Okay.
grub and grind over there, so. Unless you have anything else you wanna add to the landfill?
I really haven't heard anything other than that the soils were waited for, but I'd like, DEP would like to be there when the first soils are delivered to do an onsite, and I'll let you know when they're gonna be there.
Okay.
So,
How often is that stuff tested?
every load is.
Every load is tested?
All the loads are tested in a certain amount, and then they're approved, the slips are saved, Gary collects them, and DEP wants a copy of it, so anything that goes in there is
So
considered.
there's no funny business?
No funny business, no. We've had, trucks of mud delivered there years ago when we had a real rainy, but that's not gonna happen now. This soil is pretty good, Gary swears by it, so does Bruce, so,
Yeah.
at least we have soils right now, and get this thing moving along. But it looks so small now, the landfill. with all
It
the
really
trees.
does.
It looks like,
I thought just the opposite.
really?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, and it's longer.
There's free floating trash flying around up there, cause the dozers chewed it up a little bit. It's,
They
you know,
did,
Yeah, it's
but
compromised a little bit.
Now, that would be nice to put the chips down and keep all the mud and crap, so, I don't know, in the front. But they did put the rocks, so if they drive out,
Yeah.
out of the gates.
Yeah, I mean, it's not leaving the site.
No.
You know, I don't know about a windy day like today, but when I went by, it was all there. But you could see
Absolutely.
exposed garbage.
They have to be careful.
Yeah.
They can't be doing, hard turns in there and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
they gotta get some cover on it sooner
Yeah.
than later.
So that's where they're being careful, so.
Do we have anything you want to talk about PFAS? Any new ones or?
No new ones, none to report, status quo on that.
Okay. All right, so let's just move on then. Department head reports, if you have anything you want to discuss?
Other than, trying to handle all the complaints and stuff, and, we do have an issue, and I'll bring it up, that we have an issue with rodents, rats, that are being addressed in a big manner, so it's in the central core, across from Ted's at Dunkin' Donuts.
Mhm.
There is a large colony there, and I've had to have pest control for everyone in the surrounding area, notify them before we could take them out, and they're gonna come in with a backhoe and dig all that out, which I will be there. I'm going to actually videotape it to assure.
So they're gonna dig out the nests?
There's a colony of probably 300 to 400 rats there.
Oh my
You
goodness.
should see the holes in the ground over
Yeah, I
It
know.
is absolutely amazing. Even on North Side Road, over in Housing Court on Monday, and I had to give the paperwork. I remember they were catching rats this big,
Hmm.
huge, in traps. But there is a problem, and they're not small. And we've got Dougie Boyce there. We've got an apartment building there, two apartment buildings in the back. I think your father owned them at one point in time. The two in the back.
He lives near there, but I don't think he owns those.
But anyway, Yatco owns them,
Yeah.
and they've been very cooperative. I've met with the owners. Dunkin' Donuts double up on their. They're not in the building, but they have to be careful. So if they're open when they do this, and someone opens the door and you got 100 rats running around, you can't have them open. So they're gonna have to close, and they want it done during the day, not at night, because they will be in the holes where he's gonna dig it up. But certainly Ted's. I talked to Tarek today. I talked to all the restaurants in the area. They're all doubled up on their bait stations and prepared to do this, because that's what you have to do. But we
So-
have to get rid of them.
What's the process like? Do you know?
Well, I used to work in pest control. Basically, you're limited in what you can do. You can't put snap traps out, because if you have pets, kids around and stuff, so they do have bait stations. But they're not eating the baits there. They're going to the dumpster to eat the donuts. I'm trying to get Dunkin' Donuts to put their stuff in bins and send it off to the piggery or something, like a renderer, rather than throw it in the dumpster. Because in the morning, the guy told me when he goes to the dumpster in the morning, there's 11 to 20 rats on top of the dumpster. Had a new dumpster brought in, we patched the holes, they get in anyway. They eat right through the plastic at the top.
So, when they dig this out, they're gonna dig it out with the animals in the ground,
Yeah,
and then they just start
Jeff Simons is gonna do what he can to
Crush.
crush the animals, and then do they like spray it with a chemical or what?
No, we'll have pest control company on site
Mm-hmm.
for that'll be there. There are two different, Dave's Pest Control will be there with a technician, two of them, to assure that, but they've doubled up on all the bait stations around the whole area. There's cameras, but it's the dumpsters that are bringing them in.
Yeah, so when they dig them out, though, aren't these things gonna just like,
They will.
running out?
Yep, that's why you have to make sure that you don't cause a problem to all the other buildings, but they already have a problem in all those buildings. Mondo's, the police, Officer Smitty was there, and he said he saw them all running across into Mondo's underneath. Now, that building is empty, there's no food, there's nothing in there. It's more, they're close to that dumpster facility.
Just a shelter, that's all.
It's a
Place to
shelter,
hide.
yep, that's where they're hiding. And they're in those bushes, which need to come out.
Would they like put up a perimeter to secure whatever's coming out?
The perimeter is from every single business that I notified. Ted's doubled up.
No, but I mean a physical fence style perimeter.
Well, that's something we talked about with Jeff Simons. Could we put up one of those fence, but who's gonna be there to actually physically take the rats? You're in a high populated area. What they can do is they wanna put some kind of, tunnel them into an area possibly, and get them into a catch system. And that's something that Dave's gonna come up with a plan to Yatco, that we would put like a fence that they would, like a plastic one, like you talked about, not a silk fence with holes, but something that may direct them, like you heard, in, and they would go into a barrel, and that barrel would be sealed, and then a licensed pest applicator would take them away.
That to me
that's-
makes the most sense.
Exactly.
Something along those lines.
So you can't just free for all and then just go.
Well, you're gonna have to have a
scatter.
bunch of guys there with flat shovels smacking them.
Well, Jeff,
Cause they're gonna go everywhere, I mean.
if you go through the drive-through, you'll guarantee to see a rat right now.
No,
But is
I
that
haven't-
even legal,
I haven't
smacking
seen-
rats with shovels?
That's not gonna happen.
Oh. Oh,
It'd be
well,
a-
no, I don't know, I'm asking.
Well, you're a
You
equipment
gotta do
operator.
something with 'em.
Jeff Simon is going to
Press them down.
press them down
So actually
Crush the colony.
crush them in the
That's
hole.
more humane.
and then dig it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And
that
then
makes
we
more
will
sense.
have a plastic collection fence which would direct them to and into a collection, a PVC barrel or something, but Dave's Pest Control is coming up with that. Because you need the licensed applicator by law for the disposal of the rodents.
Yeah.
I saw something there the other day I never saw, and I didn't put two and two together. So I was back there with my pickup out in the parking lot, and I was kinda out by the road where Cliff Wilson used to always park, right? And there's a bush right there between Route 20 and the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a nice day that day, I had my window down, I'm drinking a cup of coffee. I hear a ruckus in the bush. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden I see a bunch of sparrows fly, because the little birds, they congregate in those bushes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole bunch of sparrows flew out, and then a hawk come out. I'm like, the hawk come out, jumped on the ground, he jumped out of the bush onto the ground, he looked around, and he flew away. I'm like, what the hell's a hawk is in there chasing the freaking sparrows? But see, he must be chasing the rats.
Exactly. And I had another pest control, Commonwealth Pest Control sat there because he's working for Dougie Boyce, who's worried about his equipment. And he said he thought they were birds on the branches of those bushes, and they were all rats. Now, remind me, I want the public to know that there are no rats inside of Dunkin' Donuts or that building.
Correct.
They have
Thank you.
interior
Thank
pest
you for
control.
mentioning that.
And there are no, and it's common if you have a dumpster, in all likelihood, you will have rats if you don't take, you shouldn't throw all of your
I
household
thought I
waste.
had grounds in my coffee the other
Yeah.
day.
But they don't want this, they don't like the perception. Yatco, the owner, wants to do everything he can. It's just, the dumpster's been changed, we have them plug the holes, which they charge them extra for. At Ted's also across, for Stearns Meats, we had them plug the bottom holes for drains, which they charge extra, because the guy that picks up the dumpster has to get out and unplug it first. But those are just alleyways, that hole right there will allow a rat in. no
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
We have baits out here for this building, which all municipal buildings, but I just don't want everyone to think that there's a problem inside the building. It's
Right.
not. It's outside because of the dumpsters and because of abandoned building in the back and because of improper disposal of trash in all the area, because there's a lot of dumpsters. If you count, there's like 5 or 6 dumpsters in that area, so.
Yeah, the apartment buildings all have them.
Exactly, and they don't put the covers down, which I wrote them up for, then I had to, it's been a lot of work, but, it will, be a process, but I talked to Jeff Simon, said he's not gonna do anything until we're prepared and ready, but we'll have to close them for the time that he's doing it. You can't have the door, a risk of opening a door, or someone being there and running over, it just would be a madhouse, we
Oh,
can't
yeah.
do it, so.
I'd like to watch this operation.
more than, I will let you know when, and you can come with me, and, I'm certainly, but
That's a good job.
we have
I'd
to
like
do
see-
something.
I'd like to see what's gonna happen, because I think, I don't think it's gonna work the way they think. I think they're gonna scare you, they're gonna go everywhere, every direction.
Well, in all likelihood, if you have a dumpster and you have chickens, they smell chickens 5 miles away, they'll come. So I think everyone, if you own a home, do your due diligence and have proper integrated pest management. A lot of people don't like poison and stuff. This is integrated pest management to protect your home and your equipment.
Do they live in colonies like bees do, so they're all in one spot?
This is a colony of them,
You could
yes.
see the holes down there. You go through the drive-through and look on your right-hand side.
I went through with Molly and Kim.
I've seen.
And Molly said, there's one, huge. They're dragging styrofoam cups and bags into the holes, you can see them, to insulate their nest. It's got to the point where we have no choice but to take aggressive action, otherwise,
And who pays for that?
Yatco.
Yakko's gonna hire the
The guy's-
contractor.
The guy is great at Yatco.
I know he
does-
is.
He's good. I had Dunkin' Donuts manager out there. They have their own interior. They've doubled up on protection there, blocking that day. So there'll be a cooperative between multiple pest control companies that are gonna be there.
Who's that, Bill? The Dunkin' Donuts manager?
Bill, yeah, Bill, nice guy.
Bill's good.
But he's the one that went to the dumpster and told me he was scared,
I don't blame him.
so.
I don't blame him.
But in no way, shape, or form, they're very clean in there, they're good, it's a situation with
Yeah,
the dumpster.
it's outside, not
It's
inside.
outside, so we wanna keep it that way.
Hmm.
So like I said, I talked to Turk today, they're prepared, I talked to the owner of Mondo's, he's prepared. I talked to Dougie Boyce, he's prepared, he's got his own pest control company that tripled up on the boxes. So we even had a problem this weekend, a family, they're sitting at their table and a rat ran across the table while they were eating.
Oh, in
Inside
their
the house?
residence.
Inside the house.
Really?
I won't give the exact address over, but it's pretty close to here.
Hmm.
So, we're trying, we have to, people think I'm crazy, but it's fact.
They gotta kick it old school. Who was it, Peter Piper there? He had the,
Oh, yeah. And
What, a
fall
410
over.
shotgun or something?
no, he had the, didn't he have a flute, a piccolo?
Yeah.
And he was able to get all
Oh, you're
mice to
talking-
follow him right out of
Pied
town.
Piper, yeah.
Who was it, Pied Piper?
Pied Piper.
See?
I thought you were talking about a former resident of town that took care of rats.
You can't shoot them with a 410 down there. It's-
No, like you said, you're in a highly populated area with people, and we wanna make sure that we're not driving them into the residential, areas, the apartments there, so that's why everyone it's gonna be a cooperative thing to make sure we do it right, but you have no choice, it's that.
I think they're gonna run like, they're gonna go everywhere.
Well, I'll be wearing my big boots that day.
Have your shovel
taped
with
up. Jeff Simon says he's double taping
His ankles,
He's shut so they don't jump up on his truck and get in where he is.
just get up his pant leg.
Oh, man.
And, you laugh, but it's a
Oh.
health hazard. It
Yeah.
really is. So.
So the colonies, do they like sleep touching each other, like super
Oh, they're in a
close?
ball, but there's
Yeah.
probably 30 to 40 holes in those bushes, maybe more.
Right, so there's a whole network underground.
And they're all in the Mondo's building too. I've seen
So
them there.
it's gonna be impossible to actually get
All of them.
all of them. You would think that the
You're not gonna get them all.
the
But then
compression,
hopefully
Shovels, you gotta have shovels. It's the only way.
We're gonna hand out baseball bats that day.
Plenty of help and flat shovels.
We have to do something, we're doing it right according to the law. Like if you raise a building and tear it down, the Board of Health can order pest control prior to that, so you don't drive them to all the
Yeah, I know.
surrounding buildings.
Yeah,
So
that's correct.
it's standard thing, it's just that we're not tearing a building down, we're just trying to get rid of the colony. So,
Well, it's the food that they're after, I'm sure.
Yeah.
it is, it's the food that's drawing them in, and we're trying to resolve that issue too. And it's the sweet donuts with the jelly, they'd rather eat jelly donuts and a bagel than they want that bait and that
Well,
trap.
wouldn't you?
yeah, I don't blame
I've
them.
laid off the donuts.
Oh.
All right, what else you got, Jim?
Just moving along, we have, health fair on the 30th, and we've made up these kits, each board member, there's one there for you.
Oh, really?
Yep,
And what's in the
No.
kit?
open it up.
All right. Let's start with this. Is that a Yeti?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Thanks, Jim.
But Jim.
And so what are these at the health fair get distributed to people?
This is for the town employees' health day, and anyone who works, for the town can go to the health fair.
Mm-hmm.
We're not handing them out to any of the town employees, but the board can get them now, because on the 30th, they'll go to the health fair and they'll have ability to get one each.
Looks like it's very high
And
quality.
that's an ice pack, reusable, to put in the bag, so you can put your lunch in there, Matt, when you get in your truck.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sandwich in there too.
I've tried there's aspirins in there, they're a really good first aid kit. And there'll be a tick remover, in there that we haven't come in yet.
Lifesavers.
We had tick removers.
Yeah, we gave, they all went, so we
Oh,
ordered
I'm
one.
sure.
Pretzels.
Pretzels?
It has aspirin,
Pretzels.
it's like a little health kit.
Madville.
Ice pack? With the town logo on here?
Yes, notice they all have the town Charlton on there.
Lottery tickets.
Lay-
Cards.
What, so this is a, first aid kit?
Yes, a very good one, Matt.
Really, huh?
Yep,
Again, Charlton logo.
Charlton logo, yep.
Interesting.
There's the snack pack.
And where did these come from?
We ordered them.
You thought I was kidding you, didn't you?
No one has come close to handing out such a wonderful gift to the town employees.
I like it, I didn't, hey,
And this is from the Charlton Board of Health.
wow, excellent.
So if you look at the first aid kits, they are well supplied.
Yeah. Gauze bandages.
I'm the medic on micro.
Needle and thread.
I'm not gonna open it up, but, yeah.
I don't know why, but every time somebody gets hurt on a job, they come to me.
You're the boss.
Scissors,
Glad you came to the medic.
tweezers, safety
Yeah.
pins, my goodness. Got everything in here.
But this is from
Band-Aids,
grant money that we
tablets.
had extra from COVID that we used,
Wow,
and
pretty neat.
that has to be returned if we don't spend it, so we got permission from the state, this is all approved, to spend on these things, and,
Wow, that's
they're
great.
very good items.
This would be handy in the car, too.
Exactly, that's what it's mainly for, in your car.
Yeah, just in case, you
But
know.
that's, all I have, Mr. Chairman, but, we strongly encourage everyone to come to the health fair, town employees to, if they want one of these beautiful kits that the Board of Health has supplied them
Okay. So we are giving these out to town employees
during health fair, yes.
during health fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 29th or the 30th? Yeah, the 29th.
It's the 29th, did I say the 30th?
Yeah,
29th.
Wednesday.
Thank you for correcting that, so, it's right on the board, I can look. That's pretty far away from
You
you right
look
now.
right at it
Yeah.
too. I saw you look at it.
Hey, I'm getting older.
With the glasses?
I have my contacts.
You good?
So, and I knew it was that date, but we'll all be there. It's a good, insurance is changing, health insurance in town, so they want everyone to attend. It's a good day. It's a lot of stuff.
Anything else from you?
Now you took it out, John, you can't get it back in.
So, yeah,
Yeah, no,
Like
it's.
a box
it's
when
going-
the shoes came in.
but that's all. I don't have anything further, but I will keep you updated on anything I receive from Bruce. If anything changes, and when the DEP decides they're going to be at, if the board wants, but I think they're just there to add some, make sure the soils are what they are.
Yeah.
But Gary is the eyes and ears for that, and he's certifying the soils.
I feel with utmost confidence
I do
that the soils that we are asking for are going to be the soils that we get.
Absolutely.
This is a whole nother era. We're on it. They all know we're on it, and there's not gonna be any shenanigans.
There's no better person than Bruce Haskell and Gary for closure of the landfill.
Yeah, especially after what happened decades ago.
Yeah, we
It's
didn't
not
really have
happening
control of
again.
that, you know.
We didn't know. We didn't know what we didn't know.
Right.
I wasn't even on the board then.
Nope.
But
But Bruce, this is Bruce Haskell's last closure of a landfill. I don't think there are any more landfills to close, but there's no one better to watch, be the eyes and ears for the board than Bruce and
this
Gary.
is his last one,
Yeah,
and then he's retiring.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Just even the name of this one being the old landfill.
We could rename it the Haskell landfill, so you don't confuse the old and the new.
I always think of Eddie Haskell when I hear that name though, and that's from a show. a
Leave
long
it to
time ago.
Beaver.
I've been calling this one 54
Yeah.
Flint Road
Yes, you have.
just to get it over
There,
with.
matter of fact, DEP told us to stop calling it the old landfill.
No, we told them to stop calling
Because
it.
we called it the old dump.
Yeah.
And they were actually like
It got in the language of the
Yeah.
paperwork.
And
We said, no. This is 54, moving forward, 54 Flint
54.
Road period.
And
The other
90
one's
is-
90.
Yes,
Let's just call it what it is, because it was getting confusing.
absolutely.
And not for us, for
No,
others.
For others.
Yeah.
You don't wanna go on a dump, you know.
All right.
But that's all I have. Now,
Under other business, unknown at the time, it's not posted. So this is the last meeting that we will probably have before elections.
Oh, yeah.
Elections are coming, it's questionable when we have our next meeting or not. So at every election, we always rotate, so the vice chair,
Before or after the election?
usually the meeting before.
Okay.
It's usually the meeting before, so just, and the reason is, say I was the chair, which I am, and if I don't get reelected, we couldn't have the new person come in as chair.
Mhm.
That would replace me, so we always do it the meeting before, so we're set
Makes
up.
sense.
So, with that being said, you are on the docket to be the chair.
I really don't care to be.
You don't care?
I don't care to be, no.
You don't want to do it?
I don't want to.
So, and you expressed that before, so,
Well, I just think there's a lot going on, and you two guys have a lot more experience with what's going on, probably to run the ship.
so,
We did this before, Matt.
we've done this before.
Yeah,
And
and it worked out well.
it was fine,
Yeah.
so what I, for discussion, say, or want to talk about is, since I'm not, since no one's running against me, there is a strong chance that I'm going to be
Agreed.
reelected.
It would be, not a miracle, but it would be statistically
Impossible.
almost impossible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know where you're going, go ahead. sorry.
So, why don't we consider then extending this position with no change for an additional 6 months, which gets us, we're in April, so call it the October meeting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that gives me an extra 6 months as chair, and then when it's your turn, you start 6 months early, and then do it
Yeah.
for the year and a half.
Sure. It
Is
worked
that-
really well
could we-
before.
Yeah, there was no
Yeah,
problems.
Yeah.
we did that when Pete Lancet left.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
Pete
it.
left.
Yeah, so we had an extra year to,
Yeah.
and that worked fine.
And that we've
Yeah.
done it in the past where other people haven't wanted to do it, and I've been the chair,
Mhm.
but it's a long time being chair, 2 years in a row too. There's a,
Yeah.
you know, I don't mind, you know, so if you're good with it and I'm good with it and you're good with it,
I'm good with it.
so why don't we take no action?
Right? Do we have to vote on that? No, we
You
don't.
We don't
What are
have
you
to
gonna
vote
do? Are you gonna, Steve's gonna stay on as the vice chair, or are you gonna make, is John gonna be the vice chair who would step into the chairman? It's something you didn't talk about.
Yeah, that's a good point. So,
Well, if he's next into the seat, he'd be.
Well, that's up to you guys, I'm just saying, if you're gonna reorganize, you have to talk about the vice chair also.
so then what we do, let me see how we pull this off. So what we do is, for the first 6 months, John becomes vice, Steve becomes member, and then when we reorganize in October, Steve becomes vice and I become member.
Yeah,
It's up to you
Yeah.
guys.
makes absolute sense. That way the succession stays the same. We're
Right.
not jumping.
Right, we just switching out with him.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, with that being said, then maybe we do wanna make a motion to, have Steve be the member and John be the vice chair.
Yeah. You want me to make the motion? I will make the motion. Yep. Going forward, starting after this meeting or starting now, Matt retains chairmanship for 6 additional months. I become vice chair. Steve becomes member.
Is there, you wanna second that?
I can second it, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, so we reorganized.
Chairman, and you think it does make a difference, cause I have to fill out a lot of paperwork, and they wanna know who the member is, the vice chair, and the chair. And I
Okay.
have to report that to the state, and it goes in, so it does make a difference.
So,
Yeah.
just so you guys have a plan, if something, for whatever reason, I don't become on this board after the election, then immediately the first meeting, you guys would have to, the vice chair would have to take up this
Right.
vote, and you'd have to reorganize the meeting.
Right, yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen, but
I
yes.
don't think
Anything
so.
could happen. No, I
Yeah.
know.
I don't believe that.
Hey, it's a
But-
contingency plan.
Yeah.
You're right. You always have to think about these things, you never know. But I think it worked before.
When is
It's a
the
good
election?
board.
May?
May?
First Saturday in May?
Yeah, I
First
think it
Saturday,
is.
So that's what, May?
Drew would
2nd?
know, when
May
is it?
second?
May 2nd.
Not too far away.
No,
Wow.
it's only the months are going by like,
Mm.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do we wanna, the landfill you were saying was the 23rd, the 21st?
21st.
So that's a Tuesday in 2 weeks. Do we wanna have a meeting the 28th, or you wanna kick it to 5/5, Cinco de Mayo?
I would say 5/5, but that's
21st.
just my preference.
I'm good with 5/5. Give them a couple weeks to get their feet wet and,
Yeah, because the soil, who knows, it could be a delay either way, but
and they're gonna
Didn't
start
wanna-
bringing it in and all
Yeah.
that. You good with that?
5/5.
Yeah, sure.
So let's tentatively schedule next meeting, May 5th, 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
5/5.
5/5.
5/5.
Yep. Someone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting for April 7th, 2026.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
6:32.
We